So welcome everybody to March 22nd's Ortelius general meeting. I dropped the link in the chat, so please sign in, and let me go ahead and share my screen. So here we go.
Right. Outreach activities. I just put into the chat the nominations for the CD Foundation. Will be doing awards in June at the CDCon in Austin. So please nominate anyone that you feel is deserving for the role of our top contributor. I nominated Brad McCoy. He has been doing an outstanding job working with that team in Australia and has been building it up. It's been pretty impressive. So let me put it in I'll put it in the doc as well. Get out of, where's the doc? Chat. Hello there. Hey, was that Karam that just joined?
Yeah, so on that that issue, you'll see where Tracy started off with nominating Brad. If you want to nominate other folks, go ahead and just add it as a comment. And just plus when you're in there, +1 when you do a +1, mark who you're +1ing for. If that
yeah, and there'll be a proper voting that will go out as well. So these are just nominations, and then there'll be a vote that will go out. I'm not sure how that's going to be done, but it will. So go ahead and nominate. We should have a few of us in there, so go ahead and nominate someone. Let's see. I don't know, I haven't looked at the doc lately for the Visionaries Conference that's coming up May 20th, which is a Friday this time. Let me look for the doc and share it and make sure, see where we're at with it. I know that some of you, I think Arvin put his talk in. I think some of you have added talks. We're looking for 10 speakers. Let me find it.
Yeah, I think we're from last time. We were 1, 2, 3, 4. We're halfway there.
Cool. There's the doc. If you'd like to do a 10-minute lightning talk, should be fun. They're not as hard to do because it's only 10 minutes, but in some ways they're harder because it's harder to get your point across. And you know, it's like really 5 slides, 10-minute talk, 2 minutes each.
And also we're going to do a panel discussion. So if you want to be on the panel, please go ahead and sign up for that as well.
And I think Simon and Brad,
cool.
I think Simon and Brad did a podcast this morning. I know that I saw them log out on Twitch and LinkedIn at like 5 in the morning. So I'm hoping that we have a new podcast to upload onto Buzzsprout. I got to reach out to Simon to find out if that actually happened. It was the two of them talking about microservices. Let's see if we have, so the speakers so far for lightning talks are Simon, Ukarsh. Looks like Sergio's in there right now. So we only have 2 out of the 10. So we need some lightning talks listed here. So be brave, go for a lightning talk. I'll start pushing it a little heavier because we'll need to record them in the 1st of May. And then we'll just
Someone
run them
put
all.
my name in there.
Yep, we give you everything, Sasha. You didn't show up, so we added you. You know, project planning.
Yeah, Steve, I agree with you. That's pretty good.
You should do like a lightning talk about like jumping from dev to prod in 1 step. So like really cool.
That's a good
There
talk.
you go.
Thank you. Yes, spread out a chili there. That's where
in
it comes
5
from.
slides
The
in 10
inspiration.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
I'll do one. Okay.
that one's actually not that far off because you can do that with Istio or a service mesh. You can run development and production.
It
Okay,
is.
cool.
I
That's
wasn't
fun.
kidding. You didn't.
I could do that in
I think
10
it's
minutes.
I think it's a
I could
great
do that in 10
lightning
minutes.
talk.
I could
Yeah.
do that in 10 minutes. I'll show you. Okay, cool. That's a good one. Thanks, Serge. You're a legend.
Let's see, what else do we have that we're working on that we need to get? I think in terms of a group, the lightning talks, getting those lined up will be that's the most important thing. I sat down with Steve yesterday and we went through and created some priority. Steve, just from the could you give us an update from the architecture or Sergio, and then show us what we did on that?
Yep. So one of the things we've been working on is cleaning up the issues and kind of getting them reorganized. So you'll see out here that we've added some priority ones. Basically things that we need to get done, like on the top of our list for adding these are not only fixes, but also new features and cleaning up some stuff. So we did not go through and rate the difficulty of these yet. But there's some easy ones like cleaning up some testing data, just some other things like doing some documentation. Also, in some of this, we do have our co-coding tags as well. So these we've been working on the architecture meetings on Thursdays, and we got through a pretty good fair amount of these. Last time we added into SBOMs for the microservices. So our build process through Google Cloud Build is actually generating SBOMs for our microservices and uploading them up into the Deploy Hub team. Which is Ortelius basically. Also, we have some other things that are out there around CVEs that we need to look at. A lot of this is down at the lower layer of the images, so it's not that hard. Basically going in and just bumping some versions, maybe pinning a couple package versions and stuff like that. So if you want to get into some of the Docker part and looking at cleaning up our CVEs as well. Also, Sergio has been going out and tagging things as bugs and good first issue and help wanted. Also, you may see repairs. So repairs and bugs are going to be pretty similar. So we have plenty to do. We have 134. A lot of these, like we did for the SBOMs, we broke them out so multiple people can work on a piece of the bigger puzzle. So that's kind of why we have so many issues. It's basically the same thing repeated across all of our microservices at that level. And the previous week, we did these co-coding ones where we're updating the builds as well. Some of these I have to double check to see if the PRs closed everything off. I know we were waiting on Sasha for a couple things, but we'll see. Like I said, a lot of these co-coding events aren't aren't complicated, but we did work together. Ukarsh was driving part of it last week as we did the changes to the cloud build process. So it's fun. We do it for about an hour and a half. And last week we actually ran into a problem where GitHub crashed on us and it went down for the day. So that's what's happening on that front. Does anybody have any questions on that?
Steve, can you show the view for the project? I just want to little explain about what I was trying to do. So if you go to projects, Galaxy Battle, yes, it's the third one.
There it is.
So as
There you
Steve mentioned, there is. Oh, wait. There is another view for that. Wait a second. Wait a second.
You want to share your screen?
Yeah. Let me take the.
All right.
Video.
It's all yours.
Thank you. Still sharing, and I'm going to look for this one. So, let me check. So for Ortelius projects, Galaxy Battle. Loading.
Oh,
so
that view. Yeah, that's the new the table view.
Yeah, so
Nice.
this view is what I'm trying to do is putting this is in a more logical way for saying something. So repairs, all these like views have an explanation about the labels, are pretty much labels. So repairs is looking up to things that already exist, but are having some problem. Not always bugs, but yeah, probably can be issues on that type. So I didn't end, but the thing is like have less, like a short list for priorities and categories. So you can do like what will be stronger for us, like solving CVs is already working, but having this resolve, it will be like some more stronger, stable. And I'm like putting that on batteries, like what we need to do for extend or achieve or objectives for this year. So that's like the kind of thing I'm trying to do, so the people can come here and don't get overwhelmed over what are we doing. But it was a little slow for me because I'm pretty much need to read everything and try to figure out how important it is and how critical it is. So I just give like a few hours in the morning, and after that I get consumed by the work. But that was the idea. I think I don't have anything from weapons to the next view, but at some point this is going to be something more easy to the people to reach out and
Yes, that is definitely more easy. That's an easier way to view the issues, slice them up that way instead of the big long list I normally look at.
Yeah, so well, that's it's working in progress. At some point, I hope to do like a demo for everyone want to jump out of this. Okay, oh, I stop sharing. Where is the bottom? I don't get used to Zoom.
I think I can grab it.
Yeah, please. Oh, thank you.
So let me get back to our document. Get that out of here. Okay. I will add in, put it here. Okay. I'll put the link in here after the meeting. I think that was the main thing that we have going on. We do have some new folks that have dropped in that if you don't mind introducing yourself and just tell us a little bit about what you're up to, who you are and what you've been doing. So I see a John and a Christian on here. And don't be shy.
All right, so I'd go first. Good morning, everyone. I guess everyone's on North America time zone. So my name is Christian De Leon. I'm from Southeast Asia, Philippines. I'm a software developer, and for the longest time, I told Tracy that for the longest time, I wanted to join a community like this. So when I saw the opportunity and Tracy invited me, I instantly grabbed it. So what I hope to gain from joining this community is to impart whatever I can, help wherever I can, and at the same time learn new stuff. That's it.
Christian, thank you so much for attending today. Glad to have you.
Thanks, Tracy.
This
And
motley
what's
crew.
your background, just real quick?
You mean technology?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mostly C sharp desktop applications, a little bit of web. But now I'm actually I'd like to transition to um, DevOps side of things. So yep,
Okay, cool.
that's it. Thanks, Steve.
No problem. Thank you. And then John Lynn, can you introduce yourself? And
Oh yeah, actually, I actually been invited by Tracy. We talked a long while ago. I just saw that on my calendar this time and thought I would, hop in and see what's going on, see all your region development and everything. Should I catch up?
nice.
Yep.
Nice. And where are you located, John?
I'm in the Bay Area, San Francisco.
Okay.
Yep.
Welcome. Yeah, and there's a few other folks that aren't on today. Paul Lee, who's from China, has joined. I'm not sure on the time zone for him on this meeting, but I've been working with him on issues and on Slack, and also a new person, Haman, who is out of Armenia, I believe. So that's going to fall into some of your folks' time zones a little bit better as well. So if you see them out there, please reach out. That's the new folks I remember off the top of my head. I know there's been a bunch of new people joining in. I just can't keep up, which is a good thing right now. And if you're looking for issues or kind of looking for something what to work on, please reach out on the Discord, either on the general or dev channel, and we can get you slated to work on certain issues and stuff like that fit what you want to, either that's in your expertise or you want to learn. We're open to both. You don't have to be an expert in like AWS and only do AWS stuff. In here, we're about building diversity. So not only in your coding, but also in like the cloud providers and DevOps. So feel free to please reach out to us.
Yeah. So Steve Taylor is the kind of leads the architecture, and Sergio is the chair of the architecture working group. So you have those two individuals are the individuals you should reach out to for any help.
And then on the outreach side, we got Sime that jumped in here. Hi, Sime. Good to see you again.
Sime, did you have a podcast this morning with Brad?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. When you have a bus cross study, do let me know. I will share with the connection as well.
Yeah, so I need to get the I think I need to find out where the recording is, and I need to download it.
Yes, I think it's YouTube and Twitch.
Okay, so I should be able to get it from the Twitch channel.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and then if I can download it, then I can separate it, the MP4 out and push it up to Buzzsprout.
Yes, absolutely. And for the next month, I think we are on the GitOps.
Okay, great. Yes,
yes, and I think the Victor is a guest that I'm looking forward to. And I spoke to him, and he replied that I am available mid of April.
Great. He'll be a great talk. He can talk all about the Flex operator. That'll be a great talk.
Yes, absolutely.
Super. Congratulations for getting that done in March. And now we have something lined up for April. And that is one of the hardest things about doing those kinds of podcasts, is making sure we have content and speakers. You wouldn't think it would be that hard, but it can be a challenge. So if you are good at public speaking, and if you'd like to be on a podcast, and if you have something you want to talk about, reach out to Sime. He'll be happy to schedule you on the calendar and do a talk. And
it just doesn't have to be you. If you want to do a group of you, like 3 or 4 folks, and kind of just do like a little round table, throw a Simulaba question out there, and everybody can kind of chime in on that. That format works as well. I know, Sasha, you did that with, I can't think of his name now, from
Ryan.
Brian.
Brian Dawson. Thank you.
And make it fun. And I think
It
that
was so
having,
fun.
yeah,
I
and
loved it.
I think having two individuals as the kind of co-host, and they can kind of do the banter in the beginning and just talk about things before they do the intro, makes it feel more like a radio show.
Yeah, I'm pro at banter. That's why people have to mute me.
Well, when you start talking about Manchester, we have to.
Oh yeah, where's Karam? Oh, there he is.
And then just before I forget, the DevOps Institute is having their Skill Up Day in April on CI/CD. I just put a link in the chat if you want to submit as a speaker. I would encourage all of you to do so. And I added it to the minutes for this meeting.
And oh, I was going to say one last thing, but I can't remember now. I think that's the main stuff that I have. Oh, please make sure that all of the calendar invites should have been updated as of yesterday afternoon, our time. So all of the, if you see something that doesn't look right, let us know, and we'll get the calendar invites. Now, also the Brad McCoy should have sent out a doodle to the group for repositioning the Australian working group meeting. They're running into a couple conflicts, so I don't know if it's going to still stay on Thursdays, but if you're interested in that and that fits your time zone ish, please reply to that doodle that came through on email. And that was the last thing I had on my list. Anybody else have anything?
I just want to reiterate the nominations for the CDF awards. If you came in late, Simon, there's the link to nominate anybody you might want to nominate for being the top Ortelius contributor or CDF ambassador. I nominated Garima as the top ambassador. She's gone through quite a bit of hell trying to pull that thing back together. And there's the CDF committer, and I actually nominated Steve for that. So I've got all three of my nominations in, but that's where the nominations are. And there's several different groups that you can nominate folks for.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Steve, +1 for Steve. And also I nominated Brad McCoy for the Ortelius MVP. I think he's done a wonderful job over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can, so as Tracy said at the beginning, these are just the nominations, so they're not the final vote. Yeah. So we can nominate, 4 or 5 people if we want, from our side, and then after that, we'll figure out how they're going to handle the vote.
I think they're going to send a vote out for each of us. So go ahead and nominate someone. Feel like they've done a good job. Nominate them. I think somebody should nominate Arvin. He's one of our best university students who have put his hat in the ring for everything. And I'm very proud of the work he's done.
Absolutely, absolutely. +1 vote for
you can wear my glasses if you want.
All right, folks, anybody have anything else?
One query, like why are we not participating in GSOC this year?
In
CDF.
In GSOC?
Yeah.
They were, with the way the CDF kind of got shaken up. So before, it used to be Tara Hernandez that would run the GSOC side for the CDF, and she's not involved as much. And also Tracy Miranda left, Jackie Salinas left. So there's been a little bit of a shakeup happening at the CDF level. And for us, we could do it as an individual project. I looked at the requirements and it was going to be pretty heavy. They wanted you to have 2 levels, like halftime, which was like 160 hours worth of work that you had to mentor somebody, and then a full-time, I think it was like over 300. So it was, the requirements for GSOC have grown exponentially. Also last year, when we did submit as part of the CDF level, we were basically kicked out because the folks that were coming in and doing project proposals weren't technical enough. And it basically has to be like a PhD thesis that you have to submit for Google to pick up at that level. So there's a couple other coding events that we should look at for mentorship of folks and students out there. But that's kind of what happened at this point.
Now, also this time the scenario is that not only university students but working professionals can also participate in GSOC from this year onwards. So I think so that's why the criteria has been raised.
Yeah, and you know the way my experience was with it, trying to get us in last year, I did not have a good experience because they're basically looking for taking the top students that they could find in across the world and giving them the opportunity to get paid for doing some coding instead of giving people that need the opportunity a chance to work on a project, even though they may not be as highly skilled at what needs to be done. So their project may not be as technical, but they would benefit more from it. And
so what we were
philosophy
finding,
thing.
Yeah, what we were finding is all the projects were coming out of all the top universities.
Mhm.
Wasn't like a smaller university or a state university was getting much attention. So the Stanfords, the Harvards, like
MIT,
Yeah.
it wasn't democratized very well, the GSOC program, basically, in my personal view. Like I said, there's other ones out there, so keep your eyes out on that, and we'll see what we can do as far as just helping mentor people, because that's what we really want to do, is to help people grow. That's kind of one of my views of when we created Ortelius as one of our charter statements.
And one area of that is funding, and we have not yet, Steve, I don't think did we ever submit Ortelius to be part of the Linux Foundation's crowdfunding?
No, we can do that though.
So if somebody wants to take that on, it's just a project that I'm not sure what you have to do, but we can include Ortelius as part of the Linux Foundation has a crowdfunding, and so people can donate to the Ortelius project, and then we could potentially do our own kind of summer of code and use that funding to hire university students who might want to take on certain projects that we're working on. And I think that that way we can make sure that we're trying to do it as diverse and inclusive as possible. Like we did do a year ago, Sasha mentored a couple of women from Nairobi. And I think it was a really worthwhile thing to do. We didn't have time to do it this year. We did Deploy have still donated to it. But I feel like if we wanted to pursue that, and I think it's a really good thing to pursue, is that we should probably do it, get ourselves set up in the crowdfunding for this for the Linux Foundation. And then we can go and push, social network, getting some money put into that bucket. And then the Linux Foundation will pay for that person, or for whatever we want to do.
Yeah, so
and
it
also
could be,
apart from GSOC, like Linux Foundations has a lot of mentorship programs that are not, like, many people are not aware about. Like GSOC is the most popular one for students. There are a lot of others as well that we can look into.
Right. There's stuff out there. So we just have to do the research and dive into it, and get that just moving along at that level. And if anybody wants to take on the crowdfunding piece of the puzzle through the Linux Foundation, all you have to do is attach your GitHub ID to the Linux Foundation website, and then you'll be able to get into the crowdfunding. Now you'll see Ortelius may not be listed as a project. It may be just a CDF, and then you could put in like a sub project under the CDF for the crowdfunding.
I'm there already. I'll do it.
Cool.
Cool.
Show us the money. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. When you got people, we need to give a chance to. Come on. Summer
Yeah.
of Ortelius.
Glasses.
Summer of Ortelius. Never mind Google.
Yeah.
Old hat.
Sacha for president.
There is a certain time of year when more UFOs are spotted, so that'll be our time.
Oh, I'm seeing so many of these glasses.
So, anybody else have anything else? Karam, did that answer your question?
Yeah, perfectly. Thank you very much.
All right. Cool.
And on that note, wait, before, Sergio, this might be something you want to do, is probably looking at the LFX platform, because the LFX platform is supposed to be designed to help out open source communities, like track contributors and know where project status is. Steve, I know we are part of the LFX platform, but we've never really taken advantage of it. And it's through that platform that the crowdfunding is at. But there's other benefits of using the LFX platform. Not only that, if we use it, we get recognized by the Linux Foundation for using their tools.
Yeah, I just I'm looking at this, and yes, it's a like a toolbox. So I'm going to check it out. What is the other option we have? So yeah, looks interesting.
Yeah, I've gotten the LFX tools, the security portion of it, hooked up to our repos, but I haven't gone any farther to see what the data is grabbing out of our repos and stuff like that, what it looks like. But also give us metrics about number of commits, PRs, who's doing what, top contributors, that type of thing is supposed to come from the LFX tools platform. So we've made some basic connections in that tool set, but there's going to need to be some tweaking and some additional pieces that we could probably leverage, like the crowdfunding.
I'm just going to put down Sergio and Sasha as this made it look like you guys are married. Sergio and Sasha Wharton.
Oh, we're from the deep south.
Sasha Wharton. I'll be looking into using LFX tools.
I'll just work on my Spanish.
And the and the crowd.
Well, you'll be able to teach Sergio some Afrikaans.
Oh, yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be good. I think he'll do better than me learning a language.
Cultural exchange.
Wow, nice.
All right, folks. Anybody else have anything? We ran over a little bit today. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.